Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are here at Early Christian School and we are so fortunate to have a chance to interview a man known to be a respected theater actor, a promising director, and an UPLB alumnus. Please welcome Mr. George C. Quintana. Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Thank you for allowing me to conduct this interview. So,
My pleasure.
shall we start?
Okay.
My first question is, when I'm researching about your background, I found out that you're a graduate of BS Agriculture, major in agriculture education. As I can see, agriculture and entertainment are two opposite fields. So what made you decide to enter the world of acting?
In the first place, I've been into theater since I was in the elementary grades. I started with stage acting formally when I was already in the high school. That was when I started also joining competitions locally in our schools, and then I also entered auditions outside the school. I became a member of Alice Doria Gamilia's troupe in the Cultural Center of the Philippines, being one of the choruses. And then I also auditioned for Teatro Manila, that was under I already forgotten, I think that was so long time ago. That's way back in the early 70s yet. I think your parents were not yet born by that time. Anyway, when I entered into college, when I got into the College of Agriculture, I was so bored at times of the studies. I was so bored of the unused up time, so I became a member of Sama Sining. The Sama Sining Arts is under the College of Arts and Sciences, and it's practically made up of com arts students. But it's also open it's also open to other students of the other colleges. So I became part of it. The first production that I got into was called Sibol. It talked about an extension worker, but the story was set in the time before the Spanish conquerors came to the Philippines. I had a bit role in that. I was actually part of the male dancers, but I was lead male dancer.
Wow.
That was the first year, first sem. But during the second sem, the lead actor happened to graduate. So it also so happened that our show was to go on tour, because it got some funding for rural theater. So they auditioned for the lead. Well, fortunately, I got the lead.
Wow.
I got the lead and I played opposite my English 2 teacher. She was a fresh graduate from the Mass Communications College, Diliman. So at first, we were a bit uneasy because she was my teacher for that sem, but then I had to be an actor. After that, well, my thesis happened to be the use of the theater for the extension work. Although I was in agriculture, I also had use for the theater. And then I became formally a member of the rural theater of UPLB, so we went on tour. And then after that, when I got to work, I got more involved in whether it was based in UPLB or based in the parish, the community parish. Most of these productions had a chance to tour. We were given a chance to go to Manila, go as far as Baguio.
Sir, could you tell me whose actor you idolized most when you were starting?
During that time, the best actor on stage was Tommy Abuel.
What's with him that makes him shine among others?
He's not very good looking, but he's very well versed in Tagalog. He's good in Tagalog plays, he's very good in English plays. So that was how I wanted to see myself. I never pretended to be good looking.
But you are, sir.
So I had to accept the realities that chances are I won't be getting roles that are meant for really good looking guys. So I had to really work on my acting side. So that made me even more ambitious. So I had a variety of roles, and I got exposed to several good directors on stage.
Now that I heard about your background in acting, let us talk about you, sir, as the theater advisor of the Actors Guild, or TAG, commonly known as TAG. My first question is, you've been the advisor of TAG of this school for almost 5 years now. What are the reasons that made you stay here in spite that your home is in Laguna?
First, I found the kids that I am working with inspiring. I never really liked kids. But since I've been working with the high school level and partly the elementary level, but those at level 2 starting grade 5 and 6, I have been able to see them the way I saw myself at their ages. So I think it was what really made me stay. Besides the very big support that the administration had shown to me. Also, I have had experiences with the parents who had been very, very appreciative of the efforts that I have given, so far to the children. And as far as I'm concerned, we are going places. Okay, so one, last year we were given the Governor's Medal for Kaibigan ng Kalikasan because one of our plays, si Pok na Tatang Bundok ng Basura, toured. That was the first play that went on tour. Now we're running on our 5th year. The second play that we brought was Si Dayang, Ang Tigre at Ang Maching. We were able to visit 28 schools. That is in Santa Maria alone. At times we had 3 shows in the whole day. 2 shows in the morning, 1 show in the afternoon, 1 show in the morning, and 2 shows in the afternoon. And I think the children are the ones that kept me going, kept me staying in the school.
What are the kind of workshop do you offer to the members of that?
Well, it's really an acting workshop, but I do not really work on acting alone. One of my students said when asked, said that you can ask me any type of question, whether part of the workshop in acting, part of theater, part of their subjects in school, or even personal questions. And what they enjoy more is that I would even answer questions that these kids never had a chance to ask their own parents.
For you, sir, what is the effective way for nourishing a child's capability in acting?
First of all, it encourages and nurtures discipline. You cannot be an actor if you do not have discipline. Discipline is foremost. You have to have the proper attitude, and that will be part of discipline. You have to have the proper mental set. That's part of discipline. Even your biological makeup should be prepared. When you are asked to come early, you should be early. And the call time is early. There were times you would not imagine. There were times when we were touring that the call time was 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30. But children have been coming in as early as 4 o'clock. You could not imagine elementary children going that early, getting that excited.
Sir, every time the tag will perform a play, what advice do you give them?
To enjoy. I want them to enjoy. Because the enjoyment part of it is actually what makes them better actors. They stayed because they enjoyed. They stayed because they loved the company. They stayed because they never found a group like it before.
Could you tell me the advantages of being a member of the Actors Guild?
Well, you should have asked the members. Well, of course, there is the grade level aspect, but that's not much. For me, I think it's more of being part of a family, being part of a community, being part of a very, very, very closely knit group that has one goal. You might find it strange, but the theater arts group or the Actors Guild is the only group in this school which is very much solid. When we are together, we are together. You can always identify our members because they stay together. When we go out together. And that is part of the discipline. Part of what we're trying to project. In fact, our administrator had been very, very proud of the group that she has always been saying that we have always been the model organization for the school. In terms of everything, when we prepare for anything, we give the best we have. When we say we will deliver, we deliver. We deliver with the best. Well, of course, not everybody gets into tag. I am very, very strict in admission. They have to undergo several stages of auditions.
How about the disadvantages, if there are any?
Of course, disadvantages would only come in if you're a member of other organizations. I am very, very jealous of other organizations' time. In fact, every Saturday should be tag day for all my members. Why? Because every Saturday, that is 6 hours, all day, 8 to 4. That would mean 3 hours of lecture and 3 hours of laboratory. That would be equivalent to a 5-day week of a regular course. And if they go in 5 days a week in a class and they get as much a grade as they get, they should come into my class using up the same number of hours for them to get the same grade.
Okay, sir. This is somewhat a personal question. What kind of advisor or director are you in the Actors Guild?
I am an autocrat.
Can you
I already told them there is no democracy in the Theater Arts Guild or the Actors Guild. It is the director's interpretation. That is the interpretation of the group. But I allow them to be creative. I never tell them what to do. They have to work on it. They have to show me that they can. But they have to watch out. If I start demonstrating what I want them to do, they should be able to do that. Or else they will suffer the consequences.
Oh my God. Tag members know that if it's not because of you, if it's not because of your hard work, this extracurricular club would not be as great as it is right now.
It is great, and I am proud that it is great. It is a legend in itself. In fact, for our offering this year, we are producing 2 legends. 2 legends that would surely make our audiences think about things and get their eyes teary.
Sir, what else can you sacrifice for this group?
Well, I think I've given up as much. Some people got sick and I wasn't there. In fact, only this past days, a good friend, a co-star of a play where I played lead role with her, died. She and her husband got killed in a very tragic car accident. And I was here, and I did not even have the time to pay her a visit. She played Maria in our 7-year-long stage play of Viva Maria, where I played Jesus.
I'm sorry, friend, sorry to hear that. Now, sir, I have some pictures here, and
Oh, sure.
I just want you to describe it short.
Mhm.
The first picture is this. What is this?
I think this is that is the nativity scene.
Yes, and I found out that this is related to you and Tag. What's with this picture and Tag?
Well, I have always toyed with the idea of the nativity scene. One of the plays that we produced last time was about the Panuluyan. It's really a Christmas story.
Okay, sir. The next picture is this jar.
That is a candy canister. That is a candy canister. We had a play. I had a short story in the Philippine Board for Books for Young People that won. And I translated that into a story.
Oh.
But the story is about a canister that is shaped like a girl. But the canister is old, it's cracked. The canister actually broke at the end of the story, but it was not a tragic story. It was a happy ending story because it lifted the soul of a young boy, an amputee, a double amputee, a boy whose legs were sewn off and who was already at the verge of despair.
Next picture.
That is
That's with Beauty and the Beast.
that's Beauty and the Beast. We also had a play about that. And it's actually a local version. But I kept the flavor of the story. I kept the theme of the story about the ugly beast and the lovely young lady. But afterwards, the beast gets killed. It's really a sad story. But there was a subplot in the story. I had two other characters, a dark fairy type character, and I had a brother for the beast who was so much in love with the dark character. Well, it was really a sad story. It was one of the more tragic stories that I ever produced for the early Christian.
The next picture is a dump site.
But look at the birds. There are birds.
Yes.
It's a dump site. It's actually, well, I think that's the first play that we ever produced that got noticed. In fact, it is a story in itself. We had a play. We had a small boy, a naughty boy. We called the play Sipok na Tatanggol to ng Basura. In fact, last year, since the actor who played originally the role already graduated, we had a remake of the story and called it Graduate na Sipok na.
Oh. Can you
But it's actually the story. It's actually the first play that ever went on tour, and it's actually the first play that ever caught the attention of the people of Santa Maria.
Now, sir, I will have some sentences and you just need to give me one word or phrase. And tag is my blank.
My life for the time being.
If I become a college student again, I would probably...
Be an actor again.
I will never forget that.
The little kids who grew up with me in tag.
For my last question, sir, what advice can you give for those aspiring theater actresses who wants to be as great as you are?
I'm not great.
You're great, sir.
Not yet. Striving to be. Well, I'd like them to keep on trying. Their time will come. Most aspiring actors in tag do not get an early lead role. They have to take several years, especially if there is a leading lady or leading man in the organization that really holds the crown. Before you can take on that crown, you really have to work, or you have to wait for them to graduate.
Sir, now, can you give us and the viewers a sample of acting skills of Sir George Quintana? Even a small line or one-liner maybe.
I don't have much to say. It can break my heart if I would truly say what I wanted to say.
You're so great. Thank you for being such a good sport, sir. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
As a simple token of appreciation, kindly, these are palabok and puto. Yes, this is for you. And this will surely full your stomach, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir.
It's my pleasure. Do come back, do watch our productions, and make sure to bring along some friends.
Yes,
Because I want you and your friends to enjoy what we produce.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And that ends my interview. I'm Rizha Mae D. Soco. Thank you and God bless.